What's going on, boys? Let's jump straight into talking about Ultimate Team, everything you need to know about College Football Ultimate Team coming up in College Football 25 on Monday. The first things first is the general concept of the mode is very similar to MUT. You're going to be collecting cards throughout the year, trying to upgrade your team as best as you possibly can, starting from a low overall, like you can see in these cards, 82 overalls, and you're going to try to work your way up all the way to 99 by the end of the year at some point. The first thing that they make sure to mention specifically is that their partnership with the NFLPA is going to be active for this game also. So players like Patrick Mahomes, Devontae Adams, McCaffrey, Josh Allen, and many more are also going to be included in this game mode. So it's going to be kind of like a crossover between college football players and current NFL players. And we'll talk about legends a little bit later. The first thing that they mention is challenges and objectives. Just like in Madden, you're going to have challenges to play, build up your team. As you can see here, 71 overall player, 79 player. You're going to work your way up. Obviously, the rewards are going to start crazy, but they're going to eventually get better and better as the year goes on. They be sure to mention there's objectives to just start the game with challenges. You can learn things about the game. You can learn some historic moments from college football just to get a little start. You can buy players, you can buy packs, you can buy almost anything with coins outside of training, which you technically still can, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. They do specify that the auction house is still a thing this year, so that's a big step. Don't ever want to see them doing something like 2K with removing the auction house. That would be really bad and a big step in the wrong direction, but we do have the auction house this year. They talk about how you can generate your best lineup in multiple different ways, how you could generate by best team, by best team chemistry based on what you want to run. But there is 153 chemistry options across the entire mode, which is a massive number, definitely a lot more than Madden. And this is just the first little sneak peek at what the lineup screen is going to look like. Obviously, it's just a bunch of 65, 67 overalls, but this is what it's going to look like, and this is what generating the best lineup would look like. They then jump into breaking down the chemistries. So the biggest thing that they mention is there's going to be 134 team chemistries, so one for every single school, and then 19 total offensive and defensive chemistries on top of that. They constantly express to us that we can build our team any way that we want to use any team chem or players that we can. That's kind of the main point of Ultimate Team. And they then go into something that we don't really have in Madden. Obviously, we have the team chems in Madden, but we don't have the scheme chemistries in Madden. So there is 9 on offense and 9 on defense. It looks like 10 on offense, 9 on defense. Different players are going to have different schemes. They're going to give different boosts towards your team. So maybe air raid will give you throw power, route running, and stuff like that, while something like spread option will give you like pass block, run block, and juke move. The next thing they jump into is playbooks. They give us these starter challenges. You earn a playbook for each single challenge segment that you complete. So if you complete the option scheme challenge, they're going to give you a choice of all of the option schemes that are in the game. You pick one, you use it on your team. If that's what you want to run, go for it. But they make sure to specify that you do not have to buy the playbook off the auction house or from the store. You can just do these challenges nice, quick, and easy, and just get the playbook that you want right off the rip. The next big news that they jump into, it's along with the chemistry again, but they specify that every single player item will have 134 team chems, meaning every single player in the game will have every team chem, at least the base cards. We don't know how the legends and like the Joey Bosa's, which we'll show later, are going to work, but the players that are currently in college football are going to get every team chem. And the reasoning for that is because the transfer portal, it's so crazy, people are moving around so much, it just makes sense to give people the variety on their team so they can use whoever they want. Now, me personally, I'm not a big fan about it. If everyone gets a team boost, then what's the point of the team boost at all? So I really think what they're going to do is the legends and the promo cards and all that, they're not going to get every team chem. So they're going to be specific to the colleges they actually played for, which is going to cause people to change around their teams a little bit. They then jump into breaking down the player items. So this is what the player items are actually going to look like in the game. Just a nice little square, pretty simple. This looks very similar to Madden. You have 2 different ability slots. You have the chemistry slots. You can change them however you want to. Training is coming back, so you're going to have to spend training to upgrade, downgrade, refund abilities, and stuff like that. And the next thing they talk about is how there's common, green, blue, purple, and gold rarities. So instead of strategy cards, it's looking like the actual player items are going to be labeled with a certain rarity. So legendary obviously being the rarest, common being the base, but you can see right here that this card is green, so I would assume he has a different tier of like boosts or something, while all these base players have silver, so it's not going to look like they have very good chemistries. Another cool thing they're adding, so instead of Madden having half the card art and half the abilities, what they did is they kind of added a real life aspect to it, where if you flip a card over, you kind of have like all the stats and stuff on the back. So if you flick the right stick in the main menu, I'm assuming it would work in your lineup screen too, it would change the view to this. So the front of the card is going to look like this, the Michael Penix, but if you flip it over, you're going to see the back right here where it shows the stats, and then the abilities are going to be on the right side. They show what the stats also look like. We're about to jump in to see this Joey Bosa, but they're showing off this Joey Bosa. Basically, this is what it looks like in a larger form. You see the abilities here, and then you see the stats on the left side. They give us a little glimpse at the abilities and what they're going to work like. Pull down bronze, this is the only one they showed. Slightly improved ability to not fumble when standing in the pocket. It doesn't sound too crazy, but that's definitely a nice thing to have. They didn't specify the amount of AP or ability points we're going to have in this game. They kind of just told us that there's going to be an AP limit, and the amount of abilities, like you see here, pull down bronze is 1 AP. Let's say you have 5 AP. That's one of your 5 AP that you're going to be spending on offense. And as the year progresses, abilities are going to get better and better. They'll probably cost more and more AP, and the AP scale will also change as the year goes on. So it's not going to be the same the entire year. They then jump into programs. The first program they mention is Ultimate Alumni, which you guys might know this logo. This logo is a pre-order pack that we're going to get for pre-ordering the game early. They mentioned how Ultimate Alumni might be the theme of the first season of College Football Ultimate Team, which it's not too much of a surprise, but pretty much what it is players that just recently went into the NFL. So you see here, this is a Brock Bowers. We'll go over all 10 of the cards, but this is just the first card that they're showing. This is what it looks like is going to be the first promo of Ultimate Team for College Football 25. As you can see, this is the pre-order pack. This is all 10 of the options. You have Brock Bowers from Georgia. You have Blake Corum from Michigan. You have Cooper DeJean from Iowa. You have Michael Penix from Washington. You have Jared Verse from Florida State. Adonai Mitchell from Texas. You have JC Latham from Bama, Jordan Morgan from Arizona, Peyton Wilson from, I'm pretty sure, North Carolina State, and then you have Quinyon Mitchell from Toledo. In my opinion, I think the two best look like this Quinyon Mitchell, and then the receiver Adonai Mitchell. I think those two by far look the best out of all 10. The next program they jump into is Conference Stories of the Week. It's looking like it's kind of going to be like Team of the Week based on the OTW. So it looks like this is going to be a weekly program. The first card they mention is a Jonathan Jefferson for SMU. Pretty much it sounds like it's going to be based on performances and incredible stories, maybe from the past or even current from the college football season. So how Team of the Week works in Madden, pretty much, let's say Jamar Chase goes off for 125 yards and 3 touchdowns. He's going to get a Team of the Week card in Madden that week for his performance. So that's what it looks like it's going to be. Stories of the Week is going to be in College Football 25, similarly to Team of the Week. Then they jump into In Case You Missed It. It looks like this is going to be the first big promo, and not like the theme of the season, but like the first big promo they give us. They mention here how it's going to be based on moments of the last decade of college football. So pretty much everything we've missed in the last 10 years not having the game. The 2013 miracle for Auburn, UCF's perfect 2017 season, or Bama's title redemption against Clemson. And you'll get a chance to look back at all the moments of players. As you can see, this Joey Bosa looks like the first card that they really showed us. It says national champion on it. Ohio State from, I'm assuming, the year they won a national championship. I would assume if it says national champion. Doesn't look like a bad card. He's probably going to be a champion card, so he's probably going to be a little bit expensive, but that's a good look at the first promo that we really might have in this game. Then we're jumping straight into Legends. It's looking like they're going to do this basically how they do Legends in Madden, except like retired players. So Ray Lewis's, the Sean Taylors, the Ed Reeds. I know I named a bunch of Miami players, but I don't know. You have CJ Spiller from back in the day, maybe. I'm trying to think of more names. Johnny Manziel, players like that aren't in the NFL anymore, that are considered past players that are legends of the college football game. And as you can see, the first player that they are mentioning is Ray Lewis. So he's going to be an opening weekend legend. It's nice to see. Ray Lewis was an absolute beast at Miami. That entire Miami team was crazy. So definitely a deserving card. Hopefully we see some of the iconic football names, college football names that we all know and love, like the Reggie Bushes and all players like that. They then jump into live events, which is pretty much the field pass section of Madden Ultimate Team. You're gonna complete objectives, do certain things with stats, play solo challenges, earn coins, packs, players. They didn't specify any of the cards or packs we're going to be getting, but this is just a little sneak peek at what like the starter one is going to look like. And then they jump into sets. This is just a random set, gonna work just like Madden. Also, you exchange cards for a higher card. Maybe there will be some like gamble packs, where how flashbacks used to be back in the day. Maybe we'll get something like that at some point, but it's a pretty simple rundown. You exchange lower cards for a higher card to put on your team. They then jump into the new ways to play. They mention how solo seasons is a brand new mode, so it's gonna work like head-to-head seasons online, except in a solo variation. So you go 5-0, you make the playoffs, you get a bye. And I would assume if you lose 3 games, you get demoted. That's how it works in Madden right now. So you can go 5-0 and get a bye, or you can go like 5-2 and you can just play the first round of the playoffs. But get ready to do it all over again. Solo seasons is completely repeatable and offers greater rewards as you progress in each season. So it sounds like you're going to go up divisions as time goes on, which is good. Hopefully the rewards are solid. And then they're also talking about solo battles, which is also in Madden. Accumulate battle score for each win and earn rewards as you progress. So hopefully we have solo battles rewards back also, along with what we're about to jump into with champs. They mentioned how it has traditional head-to-head online season, so you're going to be playing against another player, and then squads, how there's an offense, defense, and a special teams captain or a head coach. You can play online with friends, level up, get your division up. And then they talk about a brand new game mode called Gauntlet. It works very similar to MLB The Show's Battle Royale, if you guys know how that works. But every Friday, enter the Gauntlet to take on the best mode they have to offer for online play. Become a Gauntlet champion by achieving 10 wins, but take 2 losses and your Gauntlet run for that week is completely over. So pretty much you can go 10-1, you can go 9-2, and based on how you'll finish, you'll get better and better rewards. You can play once a week. They say tons of rewards are up for grabs, including coins, national champion packs, which we don't know what those are yet. Hopefully they're good, and exclusive players. I feel like this is the big one. They're rewarding players for being good at the game, which makes people want to get engaged with the content and become better at the game. I feel like the last 2 years Madden has really lacked that. People kind of just do what they need to do to get by, so they play a certain way to just try to play as easy as possible, if that makes sense, rather than trying to actually learn how to get better at the game and progress. The way that you can enter the Gauntlet each week, they say that there's a coin option to enter, but there is a champs, just like MUT champs. You have 20 games. If you get 16 wins in the current week's champs, you'll get a free entry to the Gauntlet. Note, champs events refresh every Thursday at 1:30. One thing I did forget to mention about the Gauntlet is it starts every Friday at 1:30 p.m. and ends Monday at 1:30. So it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday at 1:30 it goes away. So it's kind of like the old school weekend league mixed with BR or Battle Royale from MLB The Show. I'm really hoping that it turns out to be a good mode. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that they bring back champs rewards. They did lower the games played to 20 instead of 25, so hopefully it's easier for you guys to get your games in. Hopefully we get some rewards for playing champs and it's not just a field pass, comp pass grind like it used to be. And the last thing that they talk about is house rules. We all know and love house rules. Pretty much it's certain game modes that you play, like for example, touchdown tango, 25-yard first downs and 14 points for a touchdown. If you go up by 28 points, you earn an immediate win. It says earn in case you missed it players, which is the first promo, and packs from occurring wins. So you'll get more and more cards as you win more games. And the second one they mentioned is college overtime. We all know the iconic college football game mode or college football overtime game mode in Madden. We play that all the time. We really enjoy it. So hopefully we get some good rewards for this. That's pretty much everything they go over. The main things that I'm not a huge fan of, I'm not a huge fan of every player getting the same team or getting the same team chems. I think it kind of ruins the point of it. I think if they were going to do that, they might as well have just removed team chems as a whole. At that point, it seems kind of unrealistic, but I don't like the bringing back of field passes. I think field passes really have created a negative narrative on Madden. It doesn't work the same as it used to. Unless they make it a better version of it, I'm not a huge fan of it. And then the last thing really is like, are we going to get MUT champs rewards? I would really like to know if we're actually going to get champs rewards. It would be great. People love rewards, man. Why not just give it to them? I understand it makes them lose some money, but at the end of the day, people playing the game is more important than the money, because without the people playing the game, they wouldn't be making the money. Those are my thoughts. Any questions you guys have, leave them down in the comments. I appreciate everyone for watching the video. As you know, this channel is very new, so all the love and support is really, really appreciated. And I will be back tomorrow. I think we're going to be going over all of the rosters. So tomorrow might be a very long video. So I appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your night. Stay safe. Peace out.